find himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So Newhoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the down pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down it towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such trouble. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot have fun. Yeah, and it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is been enjoying himself watching. And Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we return. It is back. It's the JPB Nascar Super Truck Series live for the kicking it off at Kansas 134. I am James Parfitt. I will be here guiding you through all the action this evening, as well as we've had to have a little bit of a shuffle about of JPB. So I am here tonight on my lonesome. Well, what has changed within the truck series? That's something that we've got to have a look at, because there has been a lot. First off, we've obviously come away from the cup cars and we're over on to the trucks. So we've come away from them, we have gone to the trucks itself. Now, obviously, as you can see, we are here at Kansas this evening. Now, the schedule itself, okay, so there will be 2 stage breaks here this evening for these guys to be going with. So stage 1, as well. Let's hopefully be able to get all of these guys up and running and get them all racing. 23 seconds left of qualifying. Hope you're well, Mark. Hope everything is good for you. Much appreciated for coming in and joining us this evening. Right. 134 laps of Kansas to contend with. Who's going to come out on top? Who will take the stage win at stage one at lap 35? Now, it will be the end of lap 35. It will not be the opening of lap 35. It will be the end of each stage lap. We will then show, obviously have the stage break. So let's hope that these guys have all sorted that one out. The grid itself, well, David Van der Wils pipped Carl Jacklett for pole right at the end with Dan Michael, Dan Michelle, Danny Kazar, Paul Clark and Ewan Stitchbury rounding out the top 6. Tim Perry, Pat Seaborn, Con Campbell, Noel Jackowitz, Frederick Towler and Steve Orell round out the top 12. On from that one, we've got Levi Walls, Jamie McIntosh, Paul LeMay and Michael LeMay bringing up the final places there as well. All good, thank you. Hope you guys all good. I'm very well, thank you very much. As I say, I'm on my own this evening, just having to shuffle some things around within JPB. A couple of people unfortunately went sick and then it got all moved around. So you just got me, Mark. I'm sorry. Sorry for that one, mate. Don't forget as well, guys, tonight is sponsored by iLoungeRacing.co.uk. Go and check them out in the links down in the description below. And obviously, Paul is also in the race, of course, at number 24 machine. He does hi-fis as well. And if you haven't been to hifilounge.co.uk, you are seriously missing out. His stuff is absolutely incredible, so you need to go and check that one out as well. Check out hifilounge.co.uk. If you're into your hi-fis, I tell you, there is no better place to be than Paul's. I have been up there. It is absolutely insane, and if only I had all the money in the world, I would have. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. But go check him out. He's got some great sim rigs up there as well. Motion simulators, everything. So definitely go and check out that one. Right, we're on one to green here. And David Van der Wils will lead us away for this opening race at Kansas. Rooting for Danny and Jamie. Nice. Jamie McIntosh there. Is it Danny Kazar you're rooting for as well, Mark? Truck Lake. It's the official race truck here. We're going to be up and running. Who's going to get the jump once more? We're going to be into the Geico restart zone. We are green, green, green. They can go. They can go. David Van der Wils can't go. It looks like Carl Jacklett may have made a mistake off the start. Doesn't get up and running, but it is David Van der Wils out in front. Dan Michelle in second. Danny Kazar in third. And then Paul Clark all the way down in fourth. Ewan Stitchbury tucked up right behind him as well there. Tim Perry, Altitude Esports, sitting in sixth. Campbell seventh. Pat Seaburn, Towler, Levi Walls, Noel Jackowitz, Jamie McIntosh, Steve Orr, Paul LeMay, Carl Jacklett. Not entirely sure. I'm wondering if he jumped the start there, and Michael LeMay towards the back end. He has already. Unfortunately for Carl, looks like he may have jumped the start at the beginning, and that's going to have him a drive through, if not a stop and hold. Let's hope they don't get that, but we're up and running here for the 134, kicking it off at Kansas. So we're on board with Danny Kazar. He's got Dan Michelle in front of him. Van der Wils in front of that. Then Paul Clark, who is just off the back end. He's got to be careful not to lose that draft. 134 laps. Don't forget, stage break 35. Stage break at 70. And it will give a great opportunity for these guys then to go in, change some tyres, fuel up if needed. They will need to fuel up. They're never going to make it to the end here, I can tell you that much. What's happening further down the field as well is there's a big group with Levi Walls. He has got McIntosh behind him, Seaborn in front of him, and Noel Jackowitz in front of that. Macklin Wolves just about trying to go underneath him here as we're going into lap 4, just about to start lap 5. It has been nice and clean so far in this European Truck Series, and great racing from all of these guys involved at the moment. Don't forget, from what it was like last season when we started off this NASCAR adventure from us up on JPB, where we sit back and we were like, no, this is never going to work. Me and Paul Clark got our heads together and we were like, right, we can do this. Everybody's going to do this. It will be fine. We did it. We ended up with a great field. We've come back with the trucks. We got 33 sign-ups. I think some people missed getting in the session. Matty Hoyland, sorry guys, attended the race, but iRacing refused to allow him to buy Kansas. So Matty Hoyland, who was one of the drivers here as well. So yeah, we're expecting to see more as the season goes on, but it is Van der Waals, Michelle, Kazar. Then we go back a second to Clark, who's got Stitchbury on his outside. We're going to be heading 3 wide further back. Tim Perry there, Jackowitz on the inside, and then we got Con Campbell on deep on the inside, on the apron in fact, trying to hold on. These guys sending it 3 wide already. Perry on the outside, being brave. I got to be honest, the number 83 car, is he going to be able to make this one through? They're going to be going, oh, there was a big check up behind him as well on the 14. Walls had to check up big style. Perry can see the gap. Is he going to go and head into the gap here on lap 7? That's going to be the question. Surely they're not going to think about sending it 3 wide already. That would be absolutely insane if they did that on lap 8. They've got a long way to go here this evening, guys, so stay tuned. Let's check out this one, see how we get on, and see what happens as we're going into lap 8. Tim Perry trying to poke his nose through, trying his hardest here. Is he going to be able to get through? That is going to be the question. And there you can see Con Campbell in on the left, Noel Jackowitz on the right. In front of that is Stitchbury, Paul Clark, Van der Waals, Danny Kazar up there. Oh, Kazar's on the grass. Oh, Danny Kazar, all of that hard work has just gone out the window. Did he get loose? That would be the question from Danny Kazar here. Oh, he's hit the wall. Oh, Danny. He tapped the wall and now he's trying to come back. He's all the way down the field at 14th. He's off the draft. He's got Michael LeMay and Carl Jacklett there. Jackett's a few laps down. He's probably hoping for the lucky dog and wave rounds because they are on here. But Stitchbury got Paul Clark right alongside him. Here they come, down over the line they go. Starting off once more. These trucks putting on a great show. We've had no cautions as of yet, but Jackowitz is trying to come forward over Paul Clark. Is Paul going to be as hard to overtake in the trucks as he is in the SR10s? He is a little bit of a mighty warrior when it comes to that one. We don't nickname him Paul Super Wide Clark for no reason. He's trying to cover off Jackowitz. I think he's probably best at this early stage here, Paul. You might try and stick with him if you can. But let's see how they get on as they're still trying to go 2 wide. Tim Perry, Con Campbell 2 wide further back there. Paul LeMay's hanging on to the draft. He's got McIntosh in front of him. Oral's behind that one in that 68 machine. Then we've got Frederick Towler in the other Olympus Esports machine further back. Danny Kazar there with Michael LeMay and Carl Jacklett in there. Jacklett trying to make his way forward, of course. Had what seemed to be a stop and go right at the beginning for jumping the start. And then it just all, unfortunately for him, once you've got that stop and go, you are knackered. So there you go. Let's go, Stitch, says Matty Hoyland is in YouTube chat watching the racing. Ewan Stitchbury sitting in third, of course, defending champion from last season. He's made a point of telling us all he is the defending champion, and he is sitting here making sure we all know it as well. If you are in Kansas, don't forget this weekend it is the Advent Health 400. You can get your tickets available if you live out in America on KansasSpeedway.com. Click on events and they bring it up there as well. Also this weekend, May the 4th, is the Tide 150 with the Arc of Menards there, and then we've got Craftsman Trucks for the Heart of America 200 on the 4th as well. So you've got the Menards at 2 p.m, you've got the trucks at 8 p.m. So get yourself involved if you live out by Kansas, you can there. Here at Stitchford just losing a bit of time over the cars in front of him at the moment. Paul Clark still hanging on the outside with Noel Jakowitz trying to clear him high. Steve Orrell still in the mix here. He's hanging on. As you can see, the trucks in front of us, 15 down. We got 119 to go, and the stage break not too far off. They've got another 20 laps for stage, and at the moment, Dan Michel, it looks like he's going to take the first 10 points of the season as these guys jostle around. You can see the movements of these trucks doing an absolute stellar job. I do love trucks. However, this weekend at Kansas, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go, to be honest. Maybe I'll have a go after the broadcast, who knows. See if I can get some time out on track and see if we can put in some laps and see how we go. I did have a win at Dover last week. I'm well happy about that, but that was in the Xfinity Series, not in the trucks. But maybe I'll try the trucks after, depending on how we get on here in time, and see how these guys are going to get on. If they make it to the end with only the stage break cautions, that's absolutely amazing for everyone here. Oh, we can see on our inside, I believe that's not Danny Gazzara. I think that is Paul LeMay along our inside here. He's trying to make his way through the number 27 machine over the 68 at the moment on lap 17, making his way forward. Paul LeMay up 4, Danny Kazar down 9 after going off the side of the circuit. It's all very tense. Mixtures of trucks. We have got the Ford, the Chevrolet, the Toyota Tundra, the Ford F-150. They're all here. Every manufacturer is represented in the trucks, and it's going to be epic season, guys. If you're not excited for this season, well, I don't know quite sure what will get you excited, because we've got Daytona Lex for 101 laps. There's a little bit of argy-bargy between Paul LeMay and JB McIntosh there. And then in front is Pat Seaborn in the 78 truck. Flying high as he is at the moment. McIntosh making a move around the outside, coming into free. Is he going to be able to hold it? That's going to be the question. Because that outside line, you can see there's no dedicated line with Dan Michel. He's down on the apron at the moment. He's going to pop that truck up as he's heading into one. The man from Los Angeles in California out in front. We'll see Dan a little bit later on as well for the BSC. But David Van der Waals chasing him down in that Olympus Esports second machine in that 32. Noel Jakowitz there as well from the BCR, which is the Breakfast Club, teammate of Dan Michel, and Paul Clark from iLounge Racing there. Go and check them out as well. Much love to Paul for sponsoring this evening's or this season that's allowed us to do free entry for this season. It's absolutely amazing of him. Go and check him out, guys. I promise you will not be disappointed. iLoungeRacing.co.uk or highfilelounge.co.uk. Tim Perry in the 83 Ford, with Ewan Stitchbury right behind him in that 01 machine, chasing him down as best he can, tucking up right behind him, running that high line. They do have 4 tyre sets to do here. Last times on the board, Michelle 32.04, 32.31, 32.18 from Noel Jakowitz, 32.25. Jakowitz has managed to clear Clark. He's pulling Van der Waals in very, very quickly. You can see on board with Noel Jakowitz there, he's got Van der Waals on the inside. Van der Waals is going to look to come up off the apron there. Round he goes into turn one. And at the moment, the gap to Dan Michel out in front, who's absolutely flying, 3.29 seconds to the absolutely stunning lead. Dan Michel has racked up already on lap 24.9. We've got 11 to stage here for this JPB Nascar Super Truck Series this season. And gone in the days, we've got 13 rounds every 2 weeks, guys. So tune in, get involved if you want to. There are still some places available. It is free entry if you want to come along and drive in the trucks. You're heading off to Daytona, Charlotte, Thompson, Las Vegas, Bristol, Durr, Indianapolis, USA International, Michigan International, Martinsville, Watkins Glen, Talladega, and finishing off the season closing in on Phoenix. So that should be an absolute awesome one for people to come and watch there. Who doesn't love a bit of Phoenix? So you see the suspension working hard there as well. Not quite sure I really like that picture, but there we go. So make sure you stay tuned for this one, because it's going to continue on and get spicy, I'm sure, as Ewan Stitchbury just goes hurtling past us and does a great job in the meantime. There's Van on board with Van der Waals there. Just lose that place to Jakowitz. We've got Paul Clark on the inside there. Paul with David Van der Waals going on the inside. Now you see Van der Waals on the outside, just losing that position. Is Clark going to come across his nose? He's not. You see the aerial on the back of Paul Clark's Chevrolet. Van der Waals chasing us down. Ewan Stitchbury there. We're looking at going underneath him. Can't quite get it at the moment. Noel Jakowitz in front. Dan Michel just running laps for absolute fun. Jakowitz tags the wall. He does end up going a little bit squirrely-whirly, did Ewan Stitchbury. Tim Perry in there, he's trying to catch up with this barrel, but Van der Waals literally grinding the wall. Oh, David Van der Waals grinding the wall, unfortunately for him. What about Pat Sebon? He has got currently Danny Kazar in that 21 machine in front of us. And Pat chasing down Danny here. Is he going to be able to make it through? What's going to be from Danny Kazar's perspective? Is he going to be able to hang on, do we think, from that man behind? Pat Sebon behind him in that Toyota Tundra. It's a mixed grid. We've got the Chevys, we've got the Fords. There's no real dominating truck here this evening. I think that's the thing for this. And Van der Waals there, you see, looking back out of Van der Waals' F-150, looking back at Levi Waals. No relation. Okay, Van der Waals and Waals. So no relation with them guys. Tim Perry has just lost that position to David Van der Waals there, who is on our inside. There you go. Who was there? Oh. There he is. So that is Tim Perry in there. And there's David Van der Waals on the outside. Noel Jakowitz literally hugging the wall. Oh, Stitchbury's off. Is there going to be a yellow before the end of stage? Stage is in 3 laps. Ewan Stitchbury off the side of the circuit. Oh, he comes out very high. Goes into the wall. Oh, back end first for you and Stitchbury. No yellow on the racetrack. He's dropped all the way down though. Pat Seaborn now is in front of him. Steve Orrell, who's got Kazar right behind him. The yellow flag, it will be out because we will be hitting the end of stage very, very shortly. And don't forget, the first 10 will score points. And your stage 1 winner will be Dan Michel, I think, by a country mile, with Noel Jakowitz possibly getting that second place. Paul Clark's running underneath him. It will be the end of 35 and not the beginning. So Paul Clark has got another couple of laps to try and get through. We're on 1 lap 34. Clark's got the apron run. Now Jakowitz is on the outside coming into 1. That 17 machine. Clark in that 24 for the I-Lounge racing machine there. Takes that second place away from Jakowitz. 1 more lap to go before we hit stage. Who's going to get this second place? This is where it's going to be. Dan Michel will take the win. Who's going to get the second? Who's going to get the third? Jakowitz is losing time quite a lot here. Van der Waals is even closing on him. Now we're coming to the end of 35. Van der Waals is in there. Jakowitz is in there. Clark's in there as well. Final lap before stage. Dan Michel's going to get that first place. Who's going to get the second as they're going to come over the line? I think could be Paul Clark here. I think he could get that second place. Paul Clark, no, Jakowitz coming round 3. Here they come. It's going to be Dan Michel's going to take the victory for stage. It's going to be Jakowitz, I think. It's going to be Clark. Is it going to be Jakowitz? I think it's going to be Noel Jakowitz. Gets that second place there. Oh, he scraped that one. Then Clark. Then you're going to have Van der Waals. Then Tim Perry. Then Levi Walls, Jamie McIntosh, Con Campbell gets points as well. Paul LeMay gets the final stage there. And then the final one goes to Steve Orrell, who is in that 10th place. So we are at stage break, guys, as well. Great job from all of them. Amazing. 10 points on the board there for Dan Michel. Absolutely stellar job. Let's see if Carl Jacqueline, we can have a... I wonder if we can have a chat, actually. Maybe should we have a chat with a 52? Let's see if he's going to this pit box first. He is. We'll give him a minute there. See if we can have a chat with Con Campbell. See if we can have a chat with Con Campbell there. Con, have you got me? It's James up here in the booth. Oh, maybe not.
Hello?
Hello. How are you? It's James up here in the booth. How's it going?
Good, James. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Con. How's it looking out there, buddy?
Not bad, man. It's we got a long way to go, but I'm not the greatest at saving my tires, so I kind of probably fell off a little quicker than everybody else, but hopefully I learned a little lesson and I'll be better in this second run.
Wow, you got 8th in stage there, buddy. You do pick up at least 3 points going forward. That's not a bad start to the evening, and you're only on lap 38 and you've scored points already.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. This is a fun track, and seems like we're in here with a lot of good, clean racers, so I'm really looking forward to the rest of the race.
Well, I'm very excited, Con, to see how you get on there, bud. What's the prediction? Top 5, top 10?
I think I'm going to try to hang in here right kind of around where I'm at till the last pit stop happens, and then see what kind of shape we're in, and maybe go for a top 5. That would be awful nice. I'd be satisfied with that.
Awesome stuff. Well, go and enjoy yourself there, buddy. Thanks so much for joining us, mate. And let's see how you get on for the rest of the race.
Thanks, guys.
There you go. That was Con Campbell, who is out there. Dan Michelle still coming out in first. Noel Jackowitz second. Van der Waals in third. Paul Clark fourth. Perry, Walls, McIntosh, Campbell in eighth. Then Orrell and Stitchbury got the jump, I believe, for the final place. I don't think he got the stage win, though. Paul LeMay was in there. Maybe Paul was just slow. Nope, just coming out of pit lane now. And he should be able to make his way forward. Don't forget, guys, as well, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do all that other fancy jazz that you can here on YouTube for free, as we'll be heading to the next stage break at lap 70. So, yeah, one more lap to go, so we'll have another 30 lap run before we finish it off round to that 34. So it'll be 64 laps, the final stage. Ooh. Who is going to get the victory here? Dan, I'm not going to lie, Dan Michelle is looking strong, but let's see if anybody else can challenge Dan Michelle. Is he going to be able to take it? Is he going to be able to not take it? Well, let's see what happens here as well. Okay, on our way out of free. Before we go, get the green flag waving for the run to stage 2. We're going to be coming in underneath Barney's flag. There they are, into the Geico restart zone. We are up and running. It is green, green, green. Dan Michelle gets the jump right at the beginning. Gets off the line with Jackowitz sitting in second, Van der Waals. Then you got this gaggle of cars, two deep, 3 wide, led by Tim Perry, Paul Clark, Levi Walls, Jamie McIntosh, Steve Orrell, Con Campbell, and Danny Kazar joined on to the back there. Ewan Stitchbury with Pat Seaborn, then Michael LeMay and Paul LeMay. Oh, that is Paul going down onto the inside there. I think Paul might be heading into the pits, but Michael LeMay is not heading in. He's got Frederick Towler in that 42 Olympus machine alongside him as these guys battling it out. Paul LeMay is in. Carl Jacklett is still in there. He's still 3 laps down, unfortunately. Carl didn't quite get a yellow. That was the problem. He didn't get the yellow, didn't give himself the lucky dog. That's the problem. But hear me, didn't get the lucky dog. But there is Levi Walls with that 83 Perry machine. And then Paul Clark, David Van der Waals there, Steve Orrell behind that one. And then Jamie McIntosh, Danny Kazar, Ewan Stitchbury from ORA Motorsports driving in the trucks. He is teammated with Matty Hoyland. No Matty Hoyland tonight, as I said, he had problems with iRacing not allowing him to get Kansas. Lap 43. Oh, looking at the inside, nothing doing there. Jackowitz on that outside line, of course. Noel does a great job in saving tyres, so I'm not expecting him to be too worried at the moment on 44. I can tell you that much. Might be a little bit later on. There's been a little bit of a fall from Danny Kazar. What happened to Danny here? He's on the inside. Oh! It's contact, I believe, with Ewan Stitchbury. Kazar coming off the apron. Stitchbury's coming through the middle. Door closes. Oh! Puts Danny Kazar in the wall. Van der Waals, I think, also got caught up in that. He's going to have to go into the pits. He is in pit lane. is Van der Waal. I think Kazan may have got escaped that one. Ewan Stitchbury also escaped it. Steve Orrell, Jakowitz, Clark, Levi Walls as well. So there was an escape there from Ewan Stitchbury, but he went for a gap that was always closing. Not entirely sure that was probably the best way to go. Then Tim Perry sitting in second at the moment for the Altitude Esports. So let's see how he gets on and see whether or not he will be able to survive. Don't forget, guys, the Community Cup kicks off this weekend, so you can get yourself involved in that one if you want to. Head over to jpbroadcasting.com and go and check out the Community Cup. It is the Cup Series. So far, there's 25 drivers heading into this, so running 50% laps of the Cup Series. So get yourself involved if you want to on that one, but they're running 50% race length. So the Community Cup does kick off this weekend, this Saturday. There's still places available. Head over to jpbroadcasting.com and go and check it out, because I can tell you one thing: if you want some epic racing, whew, that Cup Series is going to provide everything you're looking for. I can tell you that much. So make sure you do come and check it out, because you're not going to be disappointed. There will be a lot more going on and some more action taking place there. So make sure you go and check it out, jpbroadcasting.com. You want to get yourself involved in some Cup Series action here on the JPB YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be absolutely amazing, to be fair. You got Dean Biggles and Michael David in the booth for that one, for the opening round. But at the moment, Tim Perry in that 83 machine doing an absolutely stellar job, and we can hear from Tim very, very shortly from himself here. Being chased down at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see how he copes here, because the guys behind him are not slow. So, you know, he wants to make sure he can keep in front of the people behind while trying to keep track of what's happening in front of him. That's the question, isn't it, really, for him? He wants to make sure he is keeping in front of the people there for Tim Perry. Well, let's have a listen from Tim now. That was a quick introduction to Tim Perry. Favorite track, Talladega in the Ford 150. Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, no. Ewan Stitchbury coming up high. Just goes across the nose of Levi. Oh, ouch. You have to be a little bit careful. They do have two fast repairs. Comes up. Walls looks like he's alongside. Yeah, he is. There's an overlap on the front. You can clearly see they link together. And unfortunately for Stitchbury, he's in the wall on lap 53. Second caution well, first force caution, actually. Ewan Stitchbury in the wall. Bit of a shame for him on lap 53. Goes across the front of walls. And into the wall he goes. Lap 54, 16 off next stage. We've got a first forced caution. Tim Perry dives in. They will have 4 tyre sets, don't forget, as well. Is Perry going to go for stage points, do we think? Or is he just going to go and make that pit stop early and maybe not come in on stage? Or is he going to go for stage points, changing over the tyres? It's all going to be up in arms. He's followed in by Paul Clark, Levi Walls, Steve Orrell, Noel Jackowitz, Jamie McIntosh, Con Campbell, Seba and Kazar. Ewan Stitchbury, I'm expecting he's in and out. That has put Dan Michelle in first, Towler in second, and Michael LeMay up into third with Paul LeMay behind him. Paul is a lap down. He will be released for the lucky dog, I'm sure. But that's a brave move from some and a brave move by others. I think staying out possibly could pay off if you can make it last another 15. But them guys behind you, they're going to be speedily quick here. Absolutely rapid. So let's see how this one pans out for some of these drivers. Paul Clark in that 24 machine from Hartford in the UK. He is a massive Gordon fan, is Paul Clark. Huge fan. In fact, he even owns a car. Literally a NASCAR. It is just incredible. I saw it up at the NEC, and he showed me the car. It was just unbelievable. It was absolutely amazing. But if you have got time to pop up to highfirelounge.co.uk, check them out, go and book an appointment to go up and see some of the stuff he's got up there. It is just incredible. But go and check him out, guys. He's done a great job, and much love to Paul for sponsoring this season as well. Allowed us to do this free entry for everybody to come and have some great racing there. We've got LeMay 2 laps down at the moment, Paul LeMay. Carl Jacklit's into the pits. But Dan Michelle out in front, sitting pretty. Is he going to go for the next stage? Or is everybody behind going to come and swallow him up? That will be the question. Welcome in, Richard. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, guys. I love your broadcast. Better than TV. Oh, I'll take that one any day. Thank you so much for that. There. Biggest compliment we can get if we're loving the fact that we're better than TV. Take that one and put it in my bank. I can tell you that much. Thank you very much there as well. You do have just me up in the booth this week as well. We've had some, unfortunately, absentees within JP Broadcasting. We had to do some swapping around of broadcasters and commentators. It's been a manic staff swap day here as well, but we have managed to bring you all the broadcasts. We do have 5 going out this evening. Some are running right now, I can tell you that much. If you like your F123s, if you like your MX5s, they're running there as well. We've got the trucks running off. We've got the almost pro round 8 from the Dutch Grand Prix, which is Zandvoort, but we're going to get this one back up and running. Green flag are waving, kicking it off at Kansas 134. Now on lap 34 is underway here. Michelle gets the jump from Towler, from Walls, but where is the first of the pit stoppers? Here they come. Walls, Clark, Tim Perry. Are they going to make an impact on there as well? Let's see what goes on. Is Paul Clark going to make this move? He is making the move past Levi Walls. You can see in front, he's got Frederick Towler. Don't forget Paul Clark on fresher tyres. Went in on 58. Towler on 36. We're on board with Walls. Paul Clark's on the inside, running that apron. He's closing down on Dan Michel now. The fresher tyres of Paul Clark in that Chevrolet. Closing down on Dan Michel, lap 59, 10 to go till stage. Are the people who are pitted going to make that massive mistake? That's going to be the question. Are they, sorry, the people who haven't pitted, are they going to make the mistake due to the fact you've got the fresh tyre runners coming through? It's either that or they're relying on the fact that there's going to be another caution. Let's see. We'll have to keep an eye as we're going into lap 60. 10 to go now. Paul Clark alongside Dan Michel. He's got tyres for days. Michel went in on 37. Clark in on 54. Is he going to be able to get it through the outside? There is Dan Michel. Just going back behind us. The new tyres of Paul Clark leading the way. He's got Tim Perry there. Noel Jakowitz as well. Jakowitz is another one who has also pitted. Tim Perry right behind us. You can see they're scruffling for position. Steve Orrell in there. Michelle still running that outside line. He's got no tyres to argue with these guys. They are going to be getting through. Here comes Tim Perry. Tim Perry trying the inside line. Clark's taking that lead at the moment. Oh, they look like they're a little bit of a spat going on down here. I think Stitchbury might be involved once more. Last season's champion, of course, in the Super Series. But you can see the guys up front. Orrell's in there on the right-hand side. But there is Danny Cazal right up behind Steve Orrell. That's what they're seeing at the moment. Orrell's going to go high on the banking. Cazal's going to come low. Dan Michel all the way down here now in 6th place. Lost positions, funny enough, to everybody that's pitted has cleared Dan Michel. With 7 to go till stage 2. Now we're going to go with Steve Orrell. Is he going to be able to make it through into 1? He's not going to get him this time around. What about coming out of 2? Is he going to get that there as well? Not this time. Oh, he's in the wall. They're in the wall. Yellow flag's out. They could have just saved Dan Michel. Oh, we need to go back just a little bit more, I think. Oh, was there a touch from Steve Orrell and Paul Clark? Oh, Clark just comes up into Jakowitz. Ah, no. Paul Clark just comes high into Noel Jakowitz. And unfortunately drops them all the way both down the order. Ah, such a shame. For that 14th place 24 machine. Does he have any damage? Oh, there's been a take-up on the pit stop. Towler, Jakowitz, Clark's going as well. They do get 2 fast repairs. We have been nice and given them 2 because, you know, let's face it, you know, we are asking a lot from these guys to do a lot of the race. We don't want them all sort of dropping out on lap 10 because they got caught up in other people's incidents here. I wonder if we're going to have a chat with the photo media machine of Carl Jacklett, find out what happened there as well. Carl, it's James up in the booth. Have you got me? Carl? Carl, can you hear me? No, maybe he can't. Ah, that's a shame. I was going to have a chat with Carl there. I'm not quite sure if he can hear me or not. No, don't think he can. That's a shame. I was going to have a chat with Carl there. find out what happened at the beginning. But Tim Perry in that 83 Altitude Esports machine inherits the lead. Kazar in second, Oral third. Dan Michel now in fourth, still not pitted, mind you. Let's put that into context. He's still not pitted from lap 54. There will be stage there as well. Dan Michel has jumped in the interview room. Good evening, Dan. How are you?
I'm alright.
Should you have taken tyres, dear sir, on the caution on 53?
No. Not to sound like any sort of nerd or anything, but according to my calculations, it doesn't fare well if we go green like we did in the first stage.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice long stage run there as well, of green, and we're getting a little bit scrappy, 53 and 63. Where do you see yourself, Dan, come the end of this?
Well, our practice race, I did win. I had a lot of fun at this track, and I know that the track is changing, especially with the track temp, and being behind other trucks does a big change in the car with the aero. But I mean, I know I can win. I know I'm fast, but I just got to make sure I don't make any mistakes. And around me, there's been a lot of people making mistakes, getting into the wall, into each other. It's a tough track.
It is definitely a tough track there as well. Stage victory in stage one. That's not a bad start. 10 points on the board, and you ain't even finished the race.
Yeah, and I'd like to get some stage points here. I know that I'm the first one not on tires. I'm in fourth. I got 2 cars behind me that are definitely on tires. I think some guys took 2 that time. I have 3 cars logged as taking 2. So I just want to, finish as high up as I can. I know I can beat a few of the guys on the older tires, and I honestly can probably run myself into the top 5 at the stage and get some good points.
Okay, buddy. Well, good luck. Pace car lights are off, and let's see how you get on.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Yep.
Well, there you go. That was Dan Michel there, jumping in for a little bit of a chin wag. So, great job from him. As we're going to get this back up and running. Dan Michel, as he says, the only one in the top 10 who didn't take tyres on lap 54. Going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be tough for him to run with them without having the tyres, because they did close up on him quite quickly, and if they hadn't made the mistake, they put themselves down. Michel did end up dropping down to 6th over the next few laps, but let's see what happens here. Who's going to take the stage in stage 2? We will be green this time. Stage will be in 3 laps, and we are. It is green. Tim Perry gets the jump right at the beginning. Danny Kazar in second, Michel in third. Oral sitting alongside him. They're literally neck and neck here, but Tim Perry has got the points on the board at the moment if he's just got to hang on. Michel, as he said, is quick on all tyres. He's still trying to come through. Kazar's on the outside. Oral's getting a little bit of a push from Michael there. And he's doing the job. Oh, then gets a little bit too much into him and drops himself back. Going into 68. It's the end of 70, let's not forget. And at the moment, it is Perry, Oral, Kazar, Michel, McIntosh, Vanderwalls, Con Campbell, Levi Walls as well. Oh, no! Hold it! I think they did. I think they did hold it. Oh, did they hold it? Yes, they did. Oh, it was all a little bit scrappy at the back end, but they managed to hold it on. We got one more lap. The end of 70, don't forget, not the beginning, it's the end of 70. Tim Perry, Steve Oral, Danny Kazar, Dan Michel in 4th, Con Campbell 5th, bit far back from Michel at the moment. Seaborn a further 1 back from that. Who's going to take it at the end of 70? I've got a funny feeling Perry's going to get stage 2, Kazar's going to get stage 2 in second, I should say, as they're coming round the final 4 for the end of stage number 2. Perry's going to take it, I think. Perry's going to get it. It is Perry. Who's over there as well? It was Michelle, I believe. That is stage. That is stage. And it is Perry, Kazar, Oral. Not sure if Campbell got that then. Coming over the line. This is going to be incredibly close. Oh. I think Michelle may have just got that. That was insanely close. Yeah, I think Dan Michelle did grab fourth. Fourth there. Campbell fifth. Seaborn got sixth. Vanderwalls took seventh. Levi Walls eighth. Jakowitz ninth. And McIntosh in 10th place. So there we go. Stage break now. Vanderwalls and Walls 7th and 8th. In 9th it was no Jakowitz. So Jakowitz got points there in 1. He's got points in 2. Could be very interesting to see. I believe it may have been McIntosh finishing off the 10. So pit lane time. Who's going to get it? Nothing like a good pit race. You can see everybody going back through. Tim Perry's in the pits. Danny Cazal, Steve Oral, Fred, Dan Michelle, Con Campbell, Seaburn, Vanderwalls, Walls, McIntosh, Michael LeMay, Paul LeMay. He's going to get the race of pit lane. Oh, get in your box. 4 tyres going on. 4 tyres on Michelle's car. It comes out. It's going to be Perry, I think. Perry's going to get the race out of pit lane. Dan Michelle comes out, gets the 2nd place stop. Steve Oral in there as well. Danny Kazar in there. That was a great Wade. Race to the flag. Oral missed out there. Yeah, just about. I've got him in 3rd, I believe, coming into that yellow. I do want to have another look back, but I think, yeah, Perry was 1st, Kazar 2nd. Oral got the 3rd, and then it was behind that one. So yeah. Great little bit of action though. I do love a good stage break. That's the thing. It really does make sure that, you know, they kind of all get involved and gets me all excited. All right, let's see. Lap 74. Jakowitz pitted on lap 64. He's not pitted there. He lifted end of 69. He should need to read the rules, Mark. Needs to read the rules. It's end of 70. It's the end of the stage lap. So next time, tell him at Daytona at the end of lap 25. It's the end of the lap. We did specify that in the rules in the Discord, Mark. It's specified at the end of stage lap. So end of 25 and end of 50 in Daytona. Okay? Oh, I don't. Paul Clark still trundling around. Today's sponsor, of course, from iLoungeRacing.co.uk. Go and check them out as well. Get some great sim racing equipment. Then we got the HiFiLounge.co.uk as well, right? I cannot tell you to go and check this out, but go and have a look. If you're a hi-fi fanatic, Paul has got the system for you. He has got an incredible systems, and they, well, let's just say they range from, I think it's like, I don't know if he gets down to like 500, but from 500 up to 100 grand. Go and check them out. They are maybe out your price range, I don't know, but just go and have a look and drool, because they are absolutely incredible. But yeah, Mark, it does state in the rules, end of the stage lap. Right, straight sprint. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. It's going to be a straight sprint to the end. Are we going to get a green flag run? Are we going to get green flag pit stop? Stitchbury's got himself, found himself back up. The guys in front, we've got Jackowitz, Towler and Stitchbury are the only ones that did not go in on 72. Carl Jacklett's running them tyres. He's been on them tyres since 52. Everybody else below Tim Perry changed their tyres at stage at 72, or at the stage. So on lap 72, he did change his tyres there. But here we go. Stage 3. Gonna be underway. It's gonna be up and running. They're gonna come there. Barney's flag is a waving. With green, 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 it's underway. The NASCAR Super Truck Series race to the end is kicking off with Jackowitz, Stitchbury, Michelle, Towler, Perry, Kazar and McIntosh rounding out your top 7. '77 here, Frederick Towler on board that Olympus machine, Olympus eSports machine. He is up 5 places. Don't forget, it was running towards the back in the first half of the race. Now moving himself up into that 6th position. Doing a stellar job here. Let's see how he gets on. They're jostling around up there. I don't like the fact that Stitchbury's got him going 3 wide. Danny Kazari's just sat there. He sweeps around the outside of Jackowitz. Perry's in there. Michelle's out in front again. How are they going to stop down Michelle this season? Well, God only knows on that one. But Danny Kazar in that 21 machine with Perry, with Stitchbury, with Jackowitz, with Michelle. That's the first half of the field. Then we've got the next half behind that with Jamie McIntosh there. David Van der Walls, Levi Walls. Then we've got Pat Seaburn and Steve Orrell, Michael LeMay, Con Campbell towards the back end. He's got Paul LeMay in front. Paul is a lap down. He is currently on lap 77, so he's 1 lap down. We've got Carl Jacklett there, and we've lost Paul Clark by the looks of it early on. Let's see if I can get Paul in for a chat, depending if he's got a mic. He's a man that works in a music shop, never has a headset with a mic, which is very, very strange. So, but Carl Jacklett sweeping past the 777 and Michael LeMay in that Guinness liveried machine. Ewan Stitchbury has got past Dan Michelle. Now let's see how these guys battle out. Last season's champion, this season's challenger. Jackowitz in the wall. We got run up a little bit from Perry. Then we got a 42, a Towler behind that. Then Danny Kazar, Jamie McIntosh, Van der Walls, Seaburn, Levi Walls. Then we've got gaps back to Con Campbell, Michael LeMay, Paul LeMay, Carl Jacklett. No Paul Clark. Paul Clark is unfortunately the first retiree of the evening. But I can tell you one thing, if Tim Perry, Dan Michelle, Ewan Stitchbury, Noel Jackowitz, whoa, if they get a breakaway and it's them 4 for that second half of this race, this final stage, that, I can tell you now, is going to be a spicy run to the line. Jackowitz is no slouch. Michelle's no slouch. Stitchbury, Perry, all there. Last season's champion, Ewan Stitchbury. He has not let anybody forget it. He got the butt kicker on that. So I'm wondering if he's got the butt kicker installed today. Because he did say it was going to be installed. When did it arrive? Probably 2 weeks ago. He should have got it installed by now, I'm sure. But let's see if he has. We'll have a chat with him at the end and see if Ewan Stitchbury's got his butt kicker that he won as a prize from last season. We haven't unfortunately got any butt kicker prizes this year, but we do have trophies on offer for these guys. Ewan Stitchbury, Dan Michelle. This is going to be interesting because Dan is no slouch. None at all there. You can just see what it looks like in the car. Michelle's going to come up the inside. There is Ewan Stitchbury as we look out the side window of Dan Michelle's Chevy truck. Stitchbury's just gone out of picture now. Stitchbury is tucked in. Oh, he's alongside us there. There he is. Oh, tries to cut back on Dan Michelle, misses him by, I don't know, millimeters. Now coming out again, drifting it there as well. Dan Michelle from the Breakfast Club on lap 85. 134 is the end goal. It's a final straight sprint. No stage. Oh, Stitchbury's in the wall. Gotta stay out the wall, Ewan. Gotta stay out the wall. Here we go, Jamie McIntosh in that 23 machine. Towler's in the 42 there from that Olympus Esports. Been some great fighting. I can see this going now. In a chat with Stitch, no butt kicker. Really? Why not? He had all the time. Tell him James said you had all the time in the world to get that installed. Why the blinking Nora did you not get it done? There's me picking him up, and now I'm not going to pick him up now because he hasn't even got his prize on. Oh. Ewan Stitchbury. Really? Dude. Come on, you had all the time in the world to get that installed. I'll tell you what though, when he does get it installed, he will absolutely love it. I'm sure. Absolutely love it. I am disappointed though. Why has it? Ask him why at all. Ask him why he hasn't got it on. The number 01 machine from Newport in Wales. Why hasn't he got it on? Please find out for me. Disappointed. Disappointed. But looking back from the Tundra at Tim Perry's Ford there. I gotta be honest, I drive the Tundra as well. I don't drive the others. I'm not entirely sure if there's a difference. I don't think there's a massive difference. I think it's more preference. Isn't it? It's like the Xfinity and the Cup Series. The Xfinities are all preference. The Cup Series are preferences as well. I do wish though some of the new Cup cars. Oh mate, they do look amazing. And a big shout out to Danny Hamlin as well, winning at Dover. That made me incredibly happy as a Hamlin fan that he took the win. Did well at the end. Did well. He hung on. I'm not gonna lie. He did hang on. He did make it through and took that win at Dover. Don't forget Kansas this weekend. I'm glad I didn't with the amount of times I've been in the wall. He'd have bruises all over his body. Mark, you should buy one and come and get involved. It's a free entry, Mark. Head over, look, I'll even get you the link. Head over there and come and get yourself involved in 2 weeks' time. It's free entry. Why not? That's the way I look at it. These trucks are awesome fun and I absolutely love them, and that's pretty much all I've been driving this season. So head over to there, get yourself involved if you want to. Tell Stitch he'll probably get done, he'll probably have bruises over his body. It'll look like he's been beaten up there. Poor old Ewan Stitchbury. You're gonna have kicks all over the place. Can you imagine that? Yeah, come and get yourself involved, Mark. It'd be awesome. I love the trucks. Obviously, be aware that stage break is at the end. All right, end of the stage lap. Now, Michelle, not really escaping away as much as I thought he might have done. Now he's got out in front, but he has got some pace for days in that Chevy. I can tell you that much. He has got pace for days there. So, in the Chevrolet Silverado. Then we've got the Ford F-150 and the Toyota Tundra on track. But yeah, Dan Michel is there. Danny Cazar's in there with Tim Perry and Ewan Stitchbury. Just got in. Stuart Pearson. Short field tonight. Mate, I've got a funny feeling people didn't read the rules on the fact that the qualifying, the session time had gone back half an hour. Highline saves tyres. It does, Mark. Yeah, I do agree with you. It does save tyres. Been watching Danny and Jamie practice. Yeah, Danny Cazar's sitting in 4th. Jamie McIntosh in 6th. Why have they got... What's the deal with the livery, Mark? Tell me what the deal is with that livery, with the green purple for Cazar and then it's purple and blue for McIntosh. They need to fill out the SDK driver app so I can get the so they can get their team name and stuff. I'll put that in the announcements when we finish the broadcast. Yeah, but as I say, Stu, I think people forgot that practice went back. It is in the rules. I wish you lot would read rules. Otherwise, what's the point in us writing them if you're not going to read them? So we'll go on board with Danny Cazar in that 21 machine. Tim Perry in the Altitude Esports in the 83 Altitude Esports. We did hear from Tim a little bit earlier on. It's Stitchbury out high and wide and handsome. He's saving tyres. Perry's just like, nah, no tyres for me. Work here, can't wait to get into this. No rail riding this week from the pink trucks. No, purple and green is Danny's old livery from Banger Racing. We don't read. Yes, we are aware, Mr. Pearson. We clearly don't read the rules. Why write rules, Discord? We just don't read them. I don't know. I'll tell Tim to stop writing anymore. Don't worry about rules, Tim. The drivers don't read them anyway. So we don't need rules. Who needs rules? Nobody. So there we go. But Danny Cazar doing a great job. Welcome to my world. No one ever reads announcements. They don't, Armand. They don't. You're right. Regardless of how you spell it, they don't ever read anything. Part of DHD Motorsport for circuit racing. Oh, right, okay. Grew up with steer and go. Yeah, I think that the thing is, we write all these comprehensive rules out. And, you know, like as you've seen, Stu, in the GT4s and the Clios, the rule book's gone from like 2 pages to 16. And we write all these rules out. And you guys don't read them anyway. And then you're the first ones to moan when something happens, and we go, it's in the rules. It's literally in the rule book. What are you doing? Why are you not reading? It's like the session opening times. You're in Stitchbury coming in the chat. Oh, I forgot the session opened at 8. It's in the blinking rules. I don't know. Just give up writing them, I think. As Stitchbury's got Danny Cazar running high, wide and handsome. Cazar's on the save of the tyres. Now the question will be, we've got 34 to go. Are they going to run till the end? Can they take these tyres? Like Ewan Stitchbury pitted on 64. He's already been on the tyres for 36 laps. He's going to have to go 70 laps. Or does he green flag it? It's the same with Michelle. Michelle pitted on 72. We're now on 100, so that's 28. He's got another 34 to go. So that would be 62 laps on tyres. Can they go 62 laps at Kansas, Armand? That's going to be the question. What do we think? Do we think they could do this? Armand, if you're about, you come and jump in the booth with me for the last 30 if you want. I'm all on with Todd. We had to do some... It was unfortunately, some people couldn't make a broadcast, so we had to do some switching and swapping within JPB. And now I'm up here with Todd if you want to come and join me for this one. I can screen share the action. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Stitchbury's in. Okay, but... Oh! Okay. Stitchbury didn't enter in a very fine form. He's trying to get it stopped. Oh, Ewan. Oh, mate. Good job he didn't have his butt kicker activated there either. Oh, you and Stitch getting it all wrong going into the pit lane. He's not even stopped yet. Not home from work. Oh, mate, that's a shame. Could have come and joined me, did some commentating alongside me. That would have been awesome to have you alongside me, actually, Mr. Brusso. The joys of, unfortunately, though, with the Americans and UK times, it don't always work unless it's the weekend, and that's why we've still got the Community Cup, guys, as well. Go and check it out, jpbroadcasting.com/league racing. Go and check out the Community Cup. You're evil, you pick everything up. Is that not my job, Mr. Pearson? Is that not my job to make sure I cover every form of it? Just saying. Walls is in the pit lane as well. I think Walls might end up actually getting out before Stitchbury. I think Stitchbury's going to kick himself out. Can you find out if he got a penalty at all? Who are you really? Give me a name so I don't know, I'll try and call you that. But Michael LeMay here in that 7-7 Guinness machine. Sitting down in 10th place at the moment. So Michael doing a stellar job. Oh, steady. Take it easy. It's got Frederick Towler in front of him. 105, 29 to go. Dan Michel's out in front by 3.2 seconds. You can see up front as well, no Jacquees. He is trying to get onto the back of Danny Kazar. McIntosh is trying to get onto the back of him as well. Unsafe pit entry. But you think, Mark? Yeah, he definitely got a penalty. Without a shadow of a doubt, did you and Stitchbury get a penalty? There was no way he made it through. I reckon he probably got an unsafe pit entry and possibly even speeding in the pits because if you have a look, he was actually almost over the entry line and he's still going. So whether or not he's racked up a double and iRacing stacked him on him, well, that's going to be interesting. Carl Jacklett into the pits. Con Campbell into the pits as well. Both men have made it through cleanly. Coming in for their final stops on 107. They've got to take these tyres 24 laps. So got to take the tyres on 24 laps. Michael LeMay moves himself up into 8th. Noel Jakowitz is sitting there. He is in 4th place as well as Noel. So we'll pick up on seeing how he's going to get on in that 17 machine. Definitely, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, Mark. He must have either double stacked and got unsafe pit entry and possibly speeding if iRacing have separated it, or he's got one or the other. Either way, they do double stack actually, so it's possibly that he's been held in that pit lane for about a minute 20. And if he's had that, that could explain why he's coming out 3 laps down. Because minute 20, what's that, 30, 60, that's 2 laps, plus the lap he was on trying to get in and out of the pit lane that took him so long. So it's possible that he did end up with a minute 20 hold. And that's why the problem is where it is. Dan Michel's into the pits. Your leader is in. How much longer would you go? Would you cover off Dan, do you think? Or would you not? Dan's just gone a lap down, comes out the pit lane now. Would you cover him off and go into the pits after? That's what the question will be. Would you cover off the person who you know is going to be quick come the end of that? Decisions, guys. What would you do? What would you do? Right. $25 to go. They definitely seem to be quicker than new tyres. Yeah, tyres on, let's give you a rough idea. So Jakowitz on 64, so he's on tyres as well. His last lap time, 32.28. Compared to the people that have pitted in front of that, where are you? 109s. Let's see if I can get Jamie McIntosh. It's just on his way out. I need somebody who's just come out of the pitch. You're doing round about 30, 31, 30. Best lap time's 30.7, so you can gives you a rough idea of where they're at with tyres. Seaburn's another one that's pitted on 72. He's out in front at the moment. Towler's on 64. He needs to go in because Tim Perry is coming out of the pits now. Dan Michel's just gone past Tim. So Dan Michel goes over the line last time out 31.0. So 1.5 seconds. About 1.5 seconds there for them on new tyres compared to old tyres. So, you know, it does make a massive difference. I think that's the thing. Jakowitz is on his way out. He's not going to get out before Michel gets over him. So Michel will move up another place. What about Tim Perry over Jakowitz? Yes, Jakowitz was just coming out of entry. There he is. Unfortunately, going round, he's got to wait that long looping entry here. Goes all the way round. Then we got to go between the blue flag. Now we're up and running. And at the moment, Noel Jakowitz is out in front. In front of Danny Kazar, sitting in 6th place. However, Kazar, if I can go here, you will find out that, if I'm not mistaken, Jakowitz is there. There is Noel Jakowitz as we look off the nose of Danny Kazar's Tundra. 4.9. Nice. For Noel Jakowitz off Danny Kazar. So great action kicking off here. Danny Kazar initial on pit exit spun the wheels up. Oh, Danny. Simon finally into the pit lane from the lead. He will go down into 2nd place in a minute, possibly even down if he, depending on how quick he can and what he's doing. If he's gone 4, he's going to be in there a while. If he's only got 2, then he might not be too bad. But I got a funny feeling. There goes 2. Is he gone 4? He has. He's gone 4. Then he's could be coming out round about, even possibly down in 10th place there for Pat Seaborn. I think he'd left it a little bit too late. On the pit lane. And he is coming out. Where's Michael LeMay? Or it's Michael LeMay's a little bit too far back, I think. But Con Campbell has got Levi there. Towler's in as well. But don't forget these guys that have pitted late, like the likes of Seaborn, coming towards the end of this run with 19 to go. They'll have a great bit of rubber underneath them, and I think that's the thing. So, you know, great chance of them having the rubber towards the end while everybody else starts to struggle up front. But I think for Tim Perry, he's chasing Dan Michel, and I just don't think it's quite got the oomph to quite get there. That's the question. I just don't think he's got enough to get there. Levi Walls, Con Campbell. Levi sitting there in 8th place. Con Campbell on the inside. We spoke to Colin earlier on after stage 1. He took 8th place there in stage 1. So great job from him. But now he's sitting in the 7th. Where did he go? He got 5th in 2. So that's not a bad run for Con Campbell. Good job on the stage points anyway. At least, you know, if you're coming in and you know that you're going to get 40, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 36, plus your stage points as well, you could be in a good position. I think you've just got to be aware of what is and around you. Don't make, you know, simple, silly mistakes. I think that's what you really don't want to be doing. As we're on board with Steve Orrell on that 68 machine, we are currently trying to chase down Danny Kazar. You can see Kazar in front of us there. We need sponsors on the camera roof. Mark. We need sponsors on the camera roof, don't we? And I need to get different camera angle on that Tundra as well. That camera should be up on the roof there like it is with Steve Orr. Somebody in the wall running that outside. That's Mr. Stitchbury. Oh, yay. Ewan Stitchbury there ended up in the wall again. So it's probably a good job he hasn't got that running. But now Danny Kazart running alongside Steve Orr in that 68 machine. 15 to go. 15 to go. Steve Orr, Con Campbell, Pat Seaburn, Levi Walls. 14. Oh. Since the track gets hot, the car's getting loose. Track temperature only 36 degrees C, mind you. Not, too dramatic. The 22 degrees, 11:10 in the morning. So it's not, not roasting. Difference between 2 and 4 tyres, depending on what side. What you would generally do is, because most of the pressure in this car, when you're turning left, surprisingly actually, it's on the opposite side tyres. So it's normally on the right side tyres that you would scrape up. So the difference between 2 and 4 is if you're taking the right, so it means your lefts are running normally okay. They shouldn't be too far off. There's only a couple of tracks. Dover's one that will shred your tyres. Texas Motor Speedway is another one as well, but it depends a lot on surface. So 2 tyres on the right hand side you can normally get away with, depending on what you're doing on your lefts. And it is, believe it or not, it's mainly the rights that are putting that pressure in. The steering angle scrubbing the right-hand side, the rears as well. So they've got to be aware on whether or not they've taken 2, whether or not they're taking 4, what everybody else is going to do. Obviously, Mark, 4 is the optimal choice. Okay? 4 is the optimal choice, and it gives you complete 4 new tyres to go and hammer. But if you want to get in and out of the pits quite quickly, 2 is generally the case to go. Paul LeMay with Stitchbury. Stitchbury looks like he's got it all wrong here. He's struggling a little bit. It probably is a good job his butt kicker's not on here. He'll have bruises all over his body. But Paul LeMay does go underneath him. That's Ewan Stitchbury down into 13th place. Stitchbury struggling. What about Michael LeMay? LeMay in that 7-7. He's got Towler coming through. Don't forget Towler pitted later. Towler pitted on 1:15. LeMay on 1:10. So Towler has got fresher tyres than LeMay. But that's probably the main difference. If your lefts are running fine, you don't need to take lefts. You can take the rights, which is what you would generally do. But 4 is obviously optimal, but it depends on where you are in the race, where you are in the pit lane, where you are. Have you come in with a group of cars you want to get out in front of? Have you come in on your own, where you can afford to take 2 and go? Just wondering if the last stop was all 4 with a turn of pace of some of the runners. It's possible. It is possible, but 2 will also give you quite a great input of speed, because you're leveling out the lefts to the rights. So where you're leveling them out, so at the moment your lefts could be on 93%. Your rights could be on, by the time you've gone round, say 60 laps or whatever, your rights could be on 50. So all you've done is up the rights to compensate, and then they stood dropping down. So you can go 2-4, 2-4 if you really want to, or you could go 2-2, 4-4. There's a lot of options, and that's what makes NASCAR so thrilling, because you've got to go in and work out, are you just going in for tyres? Are you going in for speed? What's the situation? If your speed of your pit stop is just fuel, then you're just going to go in and top up because you feel your tyres are okay. So there's a lot of different things to comprehend. But if you think 4 is the way to go, I would go to Martinsville, and say I'm doing a 100 lapper, and if I'm on laps 97 and I pitted back on 80, I would just change the rights and go for the win at the end, because you want to go in, get your 2 tyres, get your grid position, and we know at Martinsville, Bristol, they're all a little bit tighter, so it makes it more difficult. So you can survive if you go 2, but as you say, 4 is optimal. 4 is optimal. If you can get 4 every single time, great. But obviously you want to make sure that you're keeping it there as well. 6 to go. And Dan Michel has got Tim Perry closing. The gap was out at 2.5. Perry's got 1.9 now. As Michel goes high over the 7.7 of Michael LeMay. That puts Michael a lap down. However, Michael keeping the inside. Steady, LeMay, steady. And now we've got Tim Perry coming into the Carl Jacklett and Michael LeMay as well there. 5 to go now. Pat Seaborn, Steve Orrell, McIntosh. They're all starting to come back together. I do love a good grandstand finish. Seaborn, Orrell, McIntosh. You can see the 78 of Seaborn. You can see the 68 of Orrell in front. 4 laps between tyre changes. Orrell's got McIntosh not too far up from that. 1.57, 1.56. It is coming down at the front as well. No yellows. Are we feeling okay? You've only had 3. Well, 4. I'll give you 4 because stage 1, stage 2 and 2 forced cautions. Mate, it's been a wicked race. Honestly, it has been absolutely insane. It's so clean from everyone. And no real dramas apart from Ewan Stitchbury sticking himself in the wall quite a few times. No. And obviously his dramatic spin in the pit lane, as we saw there. But there we go. Not that I showed it on the broadcast of him there. Of course, why would I? But 3 to go. There is Dan Michel coming over with 2 to go now. Perry's down at 1.4. Don't think Perry's going to get there. And never going to say never in that altitude machine. 3 lap old tyres. Perry on 110. Dan Michel on 107. He's not going to get there. He can't get there, surely. 1.4 seconds, unless Michel has any dramatic moments. I think it's going to be his victory. It's going to come over, collect the final lap of the race. There we go. Final lap now. Final lap. Final lap. And it is Dan Michel. Done an absolute stellar job. Seabone's caught McIntosh. They're coming over to start their final lap. Orrell's losing out here. McIntosh is losing out. Is it tyres on 109 to 114? It is. Seaburn got the later pit stop. He's holding on to that one. Dan Michel is on his way. On his way round the try. It will be the checkered flag for Dan Michel. He takes the victory. Kick it off at Kansas 134. Dan Michel is your winner. Tim Perry comes over in second place there. And then we've got the likes of Noel Jackowitz, Pat Seaburn there, taking Jamie McIntosh and Steve Orrell right near the end. Danny Kazar in that one. Frederick Towler's come over the line. There is the guys there all coming through. Stellar job from them. David Van der Waal's going to come over the line in that final 11. That was a good race. That was nice and clean there from everybody. Absolutely awesome. But here are the final race results. And it is Dan Michel, your victor, here this evening at Kansas, with Tim Perry in second and Noel Jackowitz in third place. So stellar job from the 1, 2, 3. Pat Seaburn gets 4th. Jamie McIntosh gets 5th. Steve Orrell gets 6th. Danny Kazar 7th. Con Campbell 8th. Frederick Towler 9th. Michael LeMay in 10th. David Van der Waal's in 11th. Paul LeMay 12th. Ewan Stitchbury 13th. Carl Jacklett 14th. Levi Walls down in 15th. And we lost Paul Clark earlier on, 60 laps back on that one. But let's start off our interview process. As always, we'll kick it off with the winner of the race one, Mr. Dan Michel. Had a chat with him early on. He knew he was faster than these guys. Well, he's just gone and proved it. He's taken the victory. Dan, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good.
Well done, bud. Congratulations on your victory here. Great start to the season.
Yeah, I'm glad to start with a win, So it's real nice to be able to win.
Yeah, it always is as well. And you've taken obviously 40 for the win. You've got your first 10 on stage. Then you got another, as I try and do maths, 7. So 57 points at the end of the first race. Not bad at all. Could it all change at Daytona? Do we think next in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah. Daytona sucks. Straight up. If, like I said during, I think it was our media day, right after, with a bunch of bad blocks and really poor awareness, it's going to be pretty bad. So hopefully it's not as bad as the media day and we don't get a bunch of big wrecks, but that race we had a lot of incidents.
Yeah, no, it'll be all right. I have trust in everybody. Dan, you're supposed to show that same positivity I am.
I'm a little worried.
Mate, did you think Perry was going to catch it towards the end, though? Because he was quite closing quite quickly.
Towards the end, I was mostly just managing the gap. I had a lap car underneath me that really wanted to race hard to stay on the lead lap. I think it was the 777.
Yeah, Michael LeMay.
He's obligated to do so. He's fine. But it was pretty difficult getting around him, and I knew that Tim had an advantage with the draft on those lap cars that I was passing. So for the most part, I didn't think he was going to catch me, but if a lap car got into me, at that point, he got me.
Okay, mate. Well done on your victory. Look forward to, I'll see you later on, actually, for the same racetrack, just in a different car, Dan.
Yeah, hopefully I don't spin it on pit entry like I did in this race. I'm not sure if you caught that. When I entered the pits in the green flag laps, I spun it.
Did you?
Yeah, I moved my rear brake.
What?
I moved my rear brake a little too far.
What lap was that, Dan? Do we know? What lap did you come in? 107?
Yeah, it happened 106, I think. Or actually, yeah, it was 107. 107 entry.
Oh, let's have a look. Was it on the way in?
Yeah, it was on the way in. I tried getting in really deep. I did it in practice, but my problem was I had moved my brakes back, and unfortunately, that's what caused the spin.
Well, we hadn't caught it down, but we had now. So
yeah.
Thank you for telling us. But good job there, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before I let you go?
Shout out to all the BSC guys, especially Noel, sticking with me and doing this race. He got 3rd. I was coaching him along the way, helping him out with just some info on where the truck really felt good. He was helping me out too. I didn't know that the high line was already in the second stage.
Yeah.
At the end of the first stage, sorry. End of the first stage, he told me the high line was starting to come in, and you had guys like Ewan and I think Tim as well running the high side. So Noel giving me that info helped a lot.
Awesome stuff. Well, Dan, thank you so much there, buddy. I look forward to seeing you in about 3 hours, give or take.
Yeah, and then we'll see about Saturday. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. You know you want to get yourself involved, Dan.
I don't know.
All right, man. Have a good one, mate.
Yep. See you, James.
See you, man. All right, let's have a chat before we have a chat with Noel Jackowitz. We'll have a chat with Jamie McIntosh here as well. Jamie, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, very good, man. How are you?
I'm all right, dude. I'm always all right. I've just sat and watched some great racing, nice and clean. How was it out there for you?
Brilliant. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. A couple of mistakes. Managed to save them. I think I accidentally tapped a couple of guys, but thankfully didn't cause them too much damage. And I have to say, first time in this league, so, newcomer, I've heard a couple of things about it from a couple of friends. And, first race, not the easiest tracks for anybody. And, genuinely super impressed with the level of racing. Everybody's clean, everybody's doing it properly. And it's just what iRacing should be, but never is. So, yeah, credit to you guys at JP Broadcasting. Absolutely fantastic setup. Everything ran on time, as it should do. Just super excited for the next one.
And I'd like to point out, YouTube chat, I didn't pay him a dime to say that. Not a dime.
Not at all. No, not even remotely. So, yeah, Danny Cassar in 21 and myself in 23. You've probably seen matching liveries or similar liveries.
Yeah, I did see that.
This time. Yeah, first time racing in NASCAR with you guys. I think Danny did the Clios with you a little while back and had a really good time. And, we've had the Werrells joining you for the previous NASCAR. And I've just committed to it this time round. And do you know what? So far, if it carries on like this, fantastic.
Awesome stuff. I will say, however, though, Jamie, in 2 weeks' time we do have Daytona.
Yeah, that's going to have its own lot of quirks to it, I'm sure. But Super Speedway's always good fun, isn't it? Let's be honest, everyone likes a bit of the action.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'd like to point out, what are you going to do at Bristol Dirt, Jamie? And I think this could be interesting because I know we had a lot of people out as well. We had 34 people signed up for this. We've lost a couple. But Bristol Dirt, even with 25 trucks, is going to be interesting.
A highlight is what it's going to be. Without a shadow of a doubt, Bristol Dirt at the best of times is awesome. I mean, with 25 relatively... well, no, not relatively. That's unfair. With 25 good racers, it'll be epic. It'll be an absolute nightmare in equal measures of epicness. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be just mayhem.
I agree with you, Jamie, there as well. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, buddy?
Thanks very much. No, listen, nobody to shout out to apart from teammate Danny Cassar. Super happy for him. He had a nightmare, but made it back up in, I think it was stint 2. He went from last to finishing in second. So, yeah, credit to him. And thanks to all the other guys for being as clean as they were. So, yeah, can't wait till the week after next.
Awesome stuff, Jamie. Thank you very much for that one, mate. Take care, and we'll catch up with you in 2 weeks' time.
Take care.
Right, now we're going to have a chat with Mr. Noel Jackowitz, finished 3rd overall. Stage points in stage 2, he took 2nd place, and I've got him down in 9th. 2nd in stage 1, 9th in stage 2. But let's see how he got on. Noel, how was it out there, mate?
That was actually a lot of fun. Chasing track temp the whole time, chasing and trying to save tires the whole time. Low line, mid line, high line. That was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be for a truck that likes a lot of throttle, basically, all the way around. Just having a chase track state and save tires, it put a lot of dynamics into the race. So you probably saw me going backwards and forwards all over the place. And I can't say it was all planned, but some of it, a little bit of it was. And it was a lot of fun.
Should have just said you planned it all, no. You know what I mean? But no, we did notice there was a lot of up and down in, and I think, to be fair, you weren't the only one. We had David Van der Waals running up front. He ended up down, finishing in 11th. There was a lot of chopping and changing. There was nobody that stayed in the same position they started in. It was up and down. Van der Waals lost 10. Jacqueline lost 12. I'm going to have a chat with Carl now. I think he got a penalty right at the start there. So there was a lot going on all the way through. The calendar's an interesting one. We go to Daytona in 2 weeks' time, which we both know from previous experience now. It could be interesting, should we say?
Yeah, I think it's a little more difficult to be as aggressive than in the Cup cars at Daytona. So I think you'll be all right. You can still make moves here and there. Especially if you got a teammate or two, but the runs aren't as insane as the Cup cars. So I think, all in all, it should be a bit cleaner as long as people are just a little bit patient, just a little.
I'm sure they will be. I'm sure they will. Listen,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Right, the track I want to point out, and I spoke to Jamie about it just a minute ago as well. Bristol Dirt. How are you feeling about Bristol Dirt in trucks?
I don't know if you guys have carried it. First, when we've done it with BSC, it's been a while since we've done Bristol Dirt, but it's always a lot of fun. I enjoy the hell out of it. It's tons of fun. I don't think I've done it in the trucks though, so it'll be interesting. But I always really enjoy going there.
Yeah, no, I did it with you for the All-Star race. Was it last season we did Dirt in the Cup cars?
Yeah, that one doesn't count though.
Oh, well, is that because I was in it?
Your words, not mine.
Noel, thank you so much for joining everybody. Anybody you want to mention? Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out Breakfast Club as always. Got Dan here and really helping me out. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys here in a couple hours for BSC race.
Yes, you will. You will see me in about 3 hours' time when I'm in the booth for Kenton. But Noel, take care, buddy. Have a good one. I'll chat to you soon, no doubt.
You too. See you later.
Right, and last but not least, we'll have a chat with Carl Jacklett. We've got to find out what happened at the start. Carl, welcome in, buddy. What happened at the beginning?
Oh, I got caught out. I was holding a constant speed, but David on my left, he slowed a little bit, and it put me ahead. So I slowed, and I was behind him as we went across the line, and it gave me a penalty for being ahead of him as we went over the line.
Oh.
And and I was a bit miffed, and I picked up a speeding penalty going into the pits to serve that penalty, which gave me a 50-second hold.
Ouch! Can I give you a hint? Would you like a little tip? Next time, if that happens again, I don't know if you had them ticked or not, but you might, just a little quick lesson. And this is for anybody as well. This is a little inside tip I've learned. If you get a penalty, if you go in, untick fuel, untick tyres, untick your washing, your window screen tear off, it drops it by about 30 seconds normally.
Okay.
I did find that out. I said to them, I was in a truck race and somebody said, take it all off, turn it all off really quickly. And it went from 35 seconds and it gave me only a 5-second stop and hold.
Oh, wow.
I know. So I'm just saying, maybe we should have had a chat at the beginning. I probably could have told you that then. Yeah. But yeah, little tip for anybody who does trucks or any of the Xfinity or NASCAR series is, if you get a penalty, turn it all off, literally take it all away, and the stop and hold will be reduced by whatever iRacing feels like doing it as well. But did you have fun out in general though, Carl?
Oh yeah, absolutely had great fun, especially getting second on the grid. I mean, that was a great performance. I was very, very pleased with that.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see a Carl Jacklett win there. Now, listen, I want to chat to you about the calendar. We're going to Bristol Dirt. I'm expecting a lot more trucks than what we had today. I think a few people got caught out by the practice change that is in the rules, guys, again. But I think Bristol Dirt could be with 25 trucks. How do you think it's going to
go? I enjoyed dirt racing. I do a fair bit of it. And I used to do a lot of motorsport that was pretty much sideways all the way. I used to do auto testing, so I'm very used to drifting a car around. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've done quite a few improvements to the race rig. I've got a new computer and new VR, and I'm hitting a constant 90 frames solid now. So that has made a big difference in my performance. So yeah, bring it on. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome stuff. Well, Carl, thank you so much for joining me there, buddy. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, you, for putting this great series on. Really, really been looking forward to it. It's been a long time since I've raced the trucks. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I can't say I got
not making stupid mistakes.
Yeah, I can't just take all the credit though. Tim Perry has been my rock. He's done absolutely amazing. So big shout out to Tim as well. He's done absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
With the calendar and everything else. So fair play to him. But Carl, thank you so much for joining me there, buddy. And I'm sure I'll catch up with you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Have a good one, bub.
Yeah, have a great one yourself. Ciao.
See ya. Well, there you go, guys. Not a bad evening of racing at all. I think we can safely say that the European guys, mixed in with the Americans, have done an absolute stellar job. We only have 4 cautions. 2 of them were staged, 2 of them were forced. Absolutely incredible. But I think that's going to wrap it up. If you want to get yourselves involved in any of the series that JPB have got running, head over to jpbroadcasting.com. Check out League Racing. We've got the Community Cup starting on Saturday as well. So if you like your truck, Stuart Pearson, what rules? Why is it you always come in right there as well? Completely threw me off from doing me exit there, you little rascal. Head over to jpbroadcasting.com if you want to get yourselves involved. Click on League Racing. There is the Community Cup coming up, so please, if you do want to run, it's 26 races over the season. There are breaks in the middle as well. That's all documented in the rules. In the Discord, if you want to get yourselves, come and do that one, because it's going to be absolutely manic. There's playoffs in there, trophies for the championship winner, the community that wins, and also the team. So there's a lot going on within the Community Cup on that one as well. So get yourselves involved. That starts this Saturday, okay? So this Saturday, come along. Come on, have some fun. 50% race distance. We're not going to do the 100 as we were going to plan. We're going to go to the 50 and come and get yourselves involved in that one. Big shout out to everybody that's joined me. Mark Chappell there, Brill Feed, commentary as usual. As always, thanks so much for that. I'm Brusso jumping on. I'll see you in a couple of hours. I have got more NASCAR coming up on the JPB YouTube channel. That is with the BSC. funny enough, they're at Kansas. So come and check us out for the final round of the BSE spring season at Kansas there as well. It's going to be an absolutely epic one. But for now, guys, I've been James Parfitt up here in the JPB booth, all on my lonesome this time. I promise I will not be on my own in 2 weeks' time. And then, as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track on Saturday. Good night.